Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
If you can talk, you can sing. There is really nothing to it.
Breathe in, breathe out, add a little vibrato. You said anyone can sing, but you gotta be consistent.
Know your do re mi is just like 1, 2, 3.
You will be the best and you will sing so well. It's time to sing with Frank at TBL.
Let's say, for instance, you know how to sing basic harmony and now you want to take your levels up. This video is for you. The song you heard is a very popular song, a very simple song, but we've heard various, in fact hundreds of versions by different people, different groups. All right, and the one I love most is actually the one by a group called the Walls Group. So I'm gonna split it into 4 parts because I sang it 4 times, and each of them different, okay, and some of them slightly different. Now the first one is in unison, the second half is in harmony, but it's a major harmony, a harmony on a major, a harmony based on your do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Okay, that's a major scale. And the third one to switch into, yep, an Aeolian mode or an Aeolian scale. What is Aeolian? Also popularly known as minor. All right, and then the final one, the same thing. The only difference is one of the parts did something slightly different. That's it. Now, moving from the second one to the third one, if you call it a key change, you are correct. If you call it a change in mode, you are also correct. So it was in the key of C sharp. When we started from unison into the harmony, we used the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do in the key of C sharp. And when we switched, it was still in the key of C sharp, but now is C sharp minor. Now, when we switched, this was still the root notes, but the scale is different. You have this as the third one. Rather than the previous one, which was do, re, mi. Now you have do, re, mi. Now a mode in music is a type of scale with a specific pattern of intervals, that is steps between notes, that gives it a unique sound or mood. Okay, so let's begin. So what happened in this song? Now let's start with the first segment. The first segment, I sang it in unison. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Now unison simply means everybody singing the same thing. And in this case, it's the melody of the song. Now it doesn't matter if the ladies are singing the high one, hallelujah, or the guys are singing the low one, hallelujah. is the same thing, okay? It's just like saying C sharp at the bottom is the same as C sharp at the top. It's the same thing, but they are all unison as well, okay? So they're singing unison in the first part, and that one is easy to understand, right? And if you want the solfege, I wrote it down. And you see why you have to know your solfege? Your solfege helps you understand music like never before. It improves your musicality, takes you to a really high technical level, and all of a sudden difficult things in music will become so easy for you to understand, okay? And also by writing it down like this, transcribing it, I can look and remember who sang what. How does this part go? I can see the movement. Never ever to forget it. So here's the melody. The melody is so do 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 ti la 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 do ti ti la ti do do. Okay, so that's what everybody sang in the first segment. For the sake of the duration of this video, all right, we're gonna break it down. I'm only gonna explain the first part, which is the unison part, which I've done, and also the second part. And then when it transitions into minor, I'm gonna do that in the second video. Now, talking about unison, you know, when you're singing unison, everybody should sing the same thing in several aspects. All right, I'll explain. For instance, the volume. If everybody's singing light, you know, you're gonna sing light as well. You're not gonna shout, you're not gonna yell, you're not gonna sing louder like hallelujah. You're not gonna sing hallelujah. That won't be unison. Now observe that the word uni is a prefix which comes from the Latin word meaning one or single. So by doing that, you're not singing as one. It has to sound exactly the same in volume. What else? It also has to sound the same in shape, enunciation. Now some singers will go hallelujah, and some singers will go hallelujah, yeah. Okay, now when you are singing in unison, everybody must pronounce it the same way. It must be the same shape. These rules also apply when you're singing harmony, because there's still some elements of uni there in terms of shape of the vowels or the pronunciation or the volume and other things as well. Now another thing is, you know, to make it sound neat and nice, everybody has to start at the same time and end each line at the same time. For instance, one person may sing hallelujah, very short, ended very quickly, right? And the other may sing hallelujah. Did you hear the last yeah? Yeah. And the other one, yeah. That wouldn't be unison. So that's another thing you have to consider in terms of unison. And even harmonies, it also applies to harmony. The only difference between harmony and unison is in unison, everybody sings the same parts, usually the melody. Now in harmony, every other thing that applies to unison applies to harmony. But in harmony, everybody sings different parts, but every other rule applies. Now, in the case of this song, the guys also sang the same octave as the ladies. Guys didn't go hallelujah. They went hallelujah. Now the other one, you can do it where the guys sing low. It depends on what you are going for, what color you're going for, but all of them are still unison because they're still the same parts but in different octaves. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Now when they switched into harmony, the melody was perfect for the alto singers to sing because it's within their range. Okay, So that means the soprano voice is going to sing one part higher than the melody, and then the tenor voices are going to sing one part lower than the melody. And there's something interesting that happens here, okay? I split the tenors into two. So you have to have two groups of tenors doing slightly different thing at different times. So we'll call them tenor 1 and tenor 2. Tenor 1 sings the normal tenor, okay? And tenor 2 comes in, clashes sometimes with the tenor or alto, and sometimes moves away to create what we call advanced harmony by adding a note, a special note to it. And this is one way you can make it advanced, okay, by adding an extra extension, an extra note, which serves as an extension, creating a beautiful feel, a beautiful mood. So let's start with the soprano. What did she do? They sang Halle in unison. So they make you think they want to sing unison again, and that makes it really special in when they split into parts in Lu-Luya. The soprano went Hallelujah, me. No longer Hallelujah. That's the Luya for the melody. And remember, the sopranos are now singing a part above, so they have to go Hallelujah. And then the second Hallelujah, she went Hallelujah. So the first one, Hallelujah, so, me. The next one, mi, re, do, Hallelujah. The next one, do, mi, re, Hallelujah. And then the last one is do, re, fa, mi, Hallelujah. Okay, and then we come to the alto. The alto started with Halle, just like everybody else, because that Halle is in unison, okay? And then in Luya, they continued singing the melody. Isn't that simple? Yeah. So the altos went Hallelujah, 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 Hallelujah. I've already given you the breakdown of the solfege or solfa notation. Right? The tenor 1 sang Hallelujah. It's a so. The next one, la, so, fa, Hallelujah. Now this is interesting because the next one doesn't, you expect it to start with ha, which is a fa, was taken up half a step to the fee. And this is where you have to know your chromatic scale. Now don't go ha, they went ha, hallelujah. That's just the change. Okay, so that's a fee. Hallelujah, hallelujah. But just because the tenors, the tenor 1 went to the it creates a chord called a diminished chord. Now we come to the tenor 2. What in the world did tenor 2 do? So tenor 2 went Hallelujah. Oh, isn't that exactly what the altos sang? That's right. So this tenor 2 has freedom. It's like the guy who has freedom to go to different places. And in this case, the tenor 2 sang exactly what the alto sang in the first Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Okay, and then the next one, Hallelujah. Uh-oh, there's a slight stylistic thing that happened there. Luya. So it's do, ti, la, so. And then the next one, they started the first Hallelujah, the first ha started also with a fee, just like the tenor 1. Hallelujah. And then The tenor 2 sang exactly the same thing as the tenor 1 in the last hallelujah. Hallelujah, which is fa sol la sol. So I'll give you a piece of advice. Continue learning your solfege, but go beyond do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, and do every note. Sing every note. There is a note between the do and the re. Do, di, re, do, di, re. Did you hear that? Not do, re, do, re. But there's a one in the middle. Do, di, okay, re. And the same thing between the re and the mi. Okay, and altogether there's 12 of them. Get to know the 12 of them. Get exercises that will help you, okay? And that's gonna make you find some of these notes quicker and, you know, better and more accurately. So I want you to tell me, in the scale of 1 to 10, where would you grade yourself in harmony? Thank you so much for watching, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.
If you can talk, you can sing. There is really nothing to it.
Breathe in, breathe out, add a little vibrato. You said anyone can sing, but you gotta be consistent.
Know your do, re, mi is just like 1, 2, 3.
You will be the best, and you will sing so well. It's time to sing with Frank and T.